our 5 worst teams and kind of some recommendations for them. So I'll just do this one first just so I can kind of explain some of these graphics to you guys for Vib and E2 about how at least I pictured it. But Jacksonville Jaguars, what are your keys to success? I got James Robinson in the bottom, and believe it or not, hot take, possibly the hottest take of the year, trade it. You got Etienne, I don't know how to pronounce it. I mean, he's supposed to be Trevor Lawrence's guy. Get rid of this guy at his highest value because I don't think he wants to be there anyway. Draft Evan Neal or Aiden Hutchinson, I think, if you can get one or the other. I think that obviously you can. I would say Neal is more valuable than Hutchinson, but you got to pick one of those two guys, and if you don't, you're dumb. And then Christian Kirk, honestly, that's already just laughable. I mean, I put that up there just as like, what are you guys doing? Because that kind of ruins all of these recommendations that I have for this team is all thrown out just by paying him, what is it, like $84 million that they're paying Kirk? Something ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Completely agreed with what you said about Christian Kirk. The amount of money he's getting for how good of a player he is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. There's nothing more to be said about it. I have to disagree with you on who's more valuable to the Jacksonville Jaguars, though. I'd say that both sides of the ball need rebuilding, and honestly, Hutchinson would be a really, really valuable piece. Like, you want a generational pass rusher on your team if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, if they pass up on, I guess they could also get Kayvon at the first overall pick, but I would take Aiden Hutchinson if I was them.
What do you think, E?
Man, I actually like your takes, Dalton. I actually do think that James Robinson should be shipped out, especially now they're going to rely on Travis Etienne, especially Trevor Lawrence's guy. You think about it. So you trade out James Robinson there. In the draft, I feel Aiden Hutchinson will be nice too, especially they need pass rush. All last year you hear is their needs was pass rush. They were lowest in the league last year, if you think about it. But I have it differently, though. I have Evan Neal going at number 1 overall for the Jaguars, even though I love Aiden Hutchinson there, especially that's where their need is. But they need to protect Trevor Lawrence last year, especially to give him some type of protection. He's going to be the franchise guy for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And at the end of the day, you don't need anything else in that.
About the Jags,
The Jags, baby. What are you thinking about this team? What are their keys to success?
Jacksonville Jaguars, man. I think the Colts and them, they're really going to fight for this AFC South right here because you got Trevor Lawrence, you know what I'm saying? He's in my top 16 for QBs, just right above Deshaun Watson anyway. But Aiden Hutchinson's the guy I think that they should draft if he's there. I mean, they got the first-round pick, right? They got the first-round pick, right?
Yep, first-round pick.
Yeah, they got to take Aiden Hutchinson. Dalton's been big on this guy all year. They need that defense to really, make this team a contender. I think that they really have a shot. You brought up Christian Kirk. I think he's going to be a top 10 wide receiver this year. I'm going to talk about that on TikTok later this week. But I think they have the pieces. They got the running backs. Travis Etienne should be healthy again for the next season. So they got 2 running backs. They got a solid wide receiver 1. They got Trevor Lawrence. They got defense. And you point out the O-line. They have to do something on the O-line. They have to make some moves there. I think they'll kind of build them later in the draft. But I think you got to go with that pass rush. We've seen what Washington did with Chase Young, kind of getting that pass rush to kind of help that defense out. I think they do that. And they make a solid – I don't think they make the playoffs. I don't know because the AFC is kind of tough, and the Colts have Matt Ryan now. But I think they can make a push in the AFC South.